Hello everybody, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Faye and this is Meals and Heels. Today we are making Pesto Portobello mushroom burgers. One of my favorite things is pesto. I can dip veggies in it and fruit. I love pesto. Where I have a problem sometimes is the Parmesan cheese, and I just don't agree. And I think that pesto can be made to have a little more flavor and a little more greens. And so what I've made with my pesto, sans the Parmesan cheese, what I've done is, so your normal pestos have your basil and your pine nuts, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. But what I have found is that kale seems to get along really well with almonds, and broccoli seems to get along with walnuts. So we're gonna add that as well when we make our pesto. And of course your olive oil and your lemons and salt and pepper to taste. And from that, we will build our portobello mushroom burger. I also have some wally burgers cooking, so we're gonna try that as well for those that don't want the ciabatta bread or the French rolls, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this and see how this goes. Again, if you guys have any questions or concerns or ideas, please just go ahead and email us or leave comments for us and we'll take it from there. All right, thanks. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna start throwing stuff in here. I cut up some broccoli last night because, you know, a little prep doesn't hurt. Again, a lot of this stuff is to taste. I think I've got like 4 or 5 pieces of garlic in there. And easy on the garlic because it is going to remain raw. And you know, some people are not big fans. So know your audience. My house, garlic is carte blanche. So we're going to start adding our greens. I cleaned my basil for the most part last night, so there's a good chunk of it that's clean right here. So here are my little greens. It smells so good. Now, you see me making this, and I know there's sometimes we don't have time. No one has all the time in the world. And you can buy pesto pre-made, and you can doctor it up. You can throw it in a quick blender and add some more kale to it. Add some broccoli, arugula, whatever you like. So we just added our pine nuts. Pine nuts are really rich, and sometimes when you're dealing with a really rich nut, you want to just take it easy with it. Next, of course, we have our almonds. And all the nuts that I use are raw. Nuts and seeds have a very delicate oil base to them. And so when you roast them and when you salt them, they're no longer going to have that rich flavor that we're looking for when you're making pesto, because again, it's all raw. All right, let me just do it for that. And of course, before I zip this up, I'm going to put my apron on because inevitably I could end up wearing this, and this stings very much so. So let me go ahead and get my little favorite aprons on. How about Hello Kitty today? Does that sound good? All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Oops. Okay, so next I'm going to cut up the lemon and put our olive oil in. We're going to zip this up and we'll see how it goes, okay? Okay, so as you can see, I don't know if you can bring the camera over here. We've got a super, super creamy consistency. Now, you've got to be patient with yourself. You are, grinding down greens. Kale is a rough green. Walnuts, almonds, these things are a little more fibrous than, we're used to. So it's going to take some time. And if you have to add, a little water, that's also okay. Water is always good to your lemon juice and to your olive oil. So it's really to taste at this point. So whether you want more salt, more garlic, you decide. But you do want it nice and creamy like this, okay? So that's done. Okay. Next what we're going to do is we're going to finish cleaning our mushrooms. Mushrooms absorb a lot of water, but they are down in the ground there, so you just kind of rinse them off really lightly, and only the top sides of them. And we'll put that in the strainer. Here are our mushrooms, and portobellos come in multiple sizes. So I'm just going to put them right here for now, because I want to kind of pat them dry. Again, these things are just such sponges, and everybody wants a watery mushroom burger. At least I don't think they do. Okay, so we're just going to pat these dry real quick. Two different sizes here, because again, they come in different sizes, and so does the bread. So, the next what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper to our mushrooms and just kind of roll them so they don't stick and they have a little flavor to them as well. It enhances the flavor. So we added our salt and pep, and I'm just going to roll it. That's what I call it. Toss it. Everyone has a little term for it. I'm sure there's a proper chef cooking term. Since I'm not a proper chef, this is what I call it. So essentially just getting a little bit of olive oil, a little salt, pep on everything. Right. And we're going to throw these in the oven. And we're going to throw them upside down first. And then halfway through, about 20 minutes, we're going to flip them all over. And we'll start building our burgers. Okay. You want to take a shot of this before I put it in the oven?
Yep.
So the oven is set at 380. And just watch them when they get wilted. We'll flip them over and we'll add some cheese. And we're going to start building our sandwiches part. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just using this pesto, this delicious green, super green pesto that we made, as a condiment. Again, wonderful condiment. I mean, it's broccoli, kale, and basil. And we're just going to put this in the oven so it gets warm. It's really not going to cook. It's just nothing like warm bread, seriously. And you can put it on both sides. You can just put it on one side, whatever makes you happy. So all we're going to do now is put this in the oven. Make sure they don't fall off there. I do this in the oven, but since we have an audience and we're working together here, first thing we need to do is flip these little guys over. They're pretty much cooked. That's why you want to make sure they're soft. And come on now, work with me here. It's funny that the big ones cook faster than the little ones. Now, in regards to cheese, today I have a Havarti. It's super creamy. if that's your preference in cheeses. I also have a Munster. I've tried Gouda. Whatever makes you happy, honestly. If Swiss is your all-time favorite, then put that on everything. All right, come take a picture of this and see what it looks like. The Munster has a little orange on it. The Havarti is kind of, you know, holy. Again, whatever cheese makes you happy, it's going to complement. Now we'll just put that in for another few more minutes until it gets nice and melty. And then we'll build our little sandwiches. All right, so what we're gonna do is build some burgers. And got some hamburgers here that we cooked earlier. Here's our warm bread. Some people don't do bread. And that's also good. Pretty as well. Alright. Now we'll take one of these little ones and add it on top of our bed of lettuce. And this one as well. We'll grab a little mushroom here. Oh, where's my plate? And then all right, come here. All right. Cover this up. These are gonna be warm. All right, you ready to come try this, Art?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
See me coming in.
You coming in?
Here he comes.
You want the meat or meatless?
Let me try the meat.
All right, there you go, baby.
Since you always make me feel so healthy.
The meat.
You want a meat one? All right, there you go. There's right here.
Thank you.
I can't take the camera from you because I don't know what I'm doing.
There we go.
And there's a little more pesto, if you guys want a little more pesto.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going in again. Bellissimo. That was so good.
Good.
I love it.
Well, thank you again for watching. I do appreciate your time. Again, my name is Faye, and this is Meals and Heels. And today's deliciousness was portobello mushroom burgers with pesto, some cheese, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below, and have a fabulous day.
Somebody's coming.